Yes, good morning to you, viewers, and welcome to the Philip Master Grounds for game number 7 in the triple header today. It's the Mabouya Valley Renegades playing their first game of the tournament, and it's Vieux South Sunrisers in the field after their defeat last night, where they lost to the Avatar City Blasters. So they're hoping to make amends. And it's Michael Francois bowling from the Mola Chic end, and in the far end you could see the blue sky and a bit of cloud as well as Francois bowls, and Kadas is playing down the ground, and they're going through for a quick single there, and they make it easily as the captain Donald Edward not able to pick up the ball cleanly, and the score moves on to 5 without loss. And brilliant sunshine at the Philip Master ground. Last night the crowd was, as Francois runs away again bowling to Denzel James this time, as he's beaten outside the off stump. And last night when Francois bowled, there was a bit of swing, maybe because of the cool conditions at the ground. But today they were not seeing that sort of movement he enjoyed last evening. And we have my fellow commentating partner Joseph St. Marf. He's doing duties today. And I can tell you everybody has their marking sheet out today, because Joe was in the commentary for the last 6 games, so he is going to be under the microscope today. As this one is in the block hole from Michael Francois. Back to what we have seen from him last night, right in the block hole, and he digs it out as Denzel James, and that brings up the end of the first over. So at the end of the first over, it's 5 without loss. The Vieux South Sunrisers sporting the blue, white and yellow uniforms, while the Renegades, Mabouya Valley Renegades, sporting a darker blue with some red strip, almost like an England. For those of you following us, not South Castries, Southampton played Manchester United in the English Premierships. Manchester United are leading 1-0. We'll give it a goal scorer in a while. It might well be Lukaku or Mkhitaryan. So it's Rick Moses from the road end, and he will be bowling to Ked Kadas. Bowls, and Kadas goes for a big drive. He's going for a quick single again. Donald Edward not picking up 18 without loss. We're into over number 3. So the Sunrisers, Vieux South Sunrisers, Donald Edward, Alvin Laffy, Donald Edward, Sabinas Emmanuel, Walter Emmanuel Jr., Issa Joseph, Gavin Mitchell, Conan Henry, Jevin Isidore, Denley Anthony and Joel Harding. Rick Moses. Joel is out, Rick Moses in, and Richie Roberts. As this one, it drives through extra cover and down to the boundary it goes. 4 runs. A lovely shot there from Denzel James. This one was up about on the off stump, and James just leant into this one, hit it through extra cover, and the man on the boundary not being able to cut it off and go down to the boundary for 4. So 18 without loss, as Francois again bowls to James, Denzel James. Flicks it off the pads to the man at mid-wicket. Looking for a single. No run. So Foswa walks back to his mark, and as we've been saying, probably a little jaded after last evening's encounter. As he runs away again, bowling to Denzel James, and Sammy hits it up to the man at mid-off, which is Donan Edward, the widest mid-off. Does well to prevent it from going from going past him. So it's Michael Francois from the Mola Chic end, bowling to Denzel James. It's a flick off the pads through square leg again. The man is chasing, they go for one, they come back for two, and two more runs to the total. And Francois straight into the pads there, and James obliging. It's hits it through square leg where the man from mid wicket runs back. They get two. 20 without loss after 3 overs. So last night the sunrise, we failed to see the rise of the sun. So maybe the Sunrisers will be looking to raise their heads in this encounter. As is Rick Moses to continue from the road end, and he will bowl into Ked Kadas. He bowls, Kadas goes for a big hit off the inside edge. It goes down to long leg, where Francois comes around and picks up 1 run. So another run to the total there. Takes it on to 21. So it's Moses to Denzel James. Forward he goes. No run. .21 without loss. Denzel James and Ked Kadas opening the inning. And Moses drives down, drives to mid-off, where Donan Edward runs to his left and picks up. .22 without loss. Ked Kadas on 13 and Denzel James on 8. So it's Rick Moses bowling to Ked Kadas down the leg side, and a partial stop there by the keeper. Let us see if there's any signal from the umpire. It's wide. 23 without loss. Over number 4. 24 without loss. So we're going to be witnessing a triple header here today. The first of a triple header. Shopbox Vieux South Sunrisers played last evening. Although they had an early night game being completed about 11 p.m. So it will be a good enough rest. As Rick Moses runs and bowls to Denzel James and forces off the back foot to mid-off. It picks up a single. .25 without loss. Rick Moses again. And he hits it one that's gone over the long off. That's gone for 6. This one further up to the bat there from Rick Moses, and Ked Kadas taking on the challenge and hit it over long off for 6. The score moves on to 37. .31. Score moves on to 31 as the ball is retrieved. Rick long off as it's Rick Moses again to Kadas, and he hits it back along the track. Hits it back along the track there. Beats the bowler, but Donan Edward coming around to his right at mid-off. Picks up and fires at the stump as Denzel James is venturing out of his ground. So over number 4 completed. 4 overs completed, 31 without loss. And let's see if it's Michael Francois. No, it's a bowling change from the southern end, or the Mola Sheik end. Closer. So first sign of spin. .31 without loss. So Matthew John having a short word with Joseph St. Mark. The batsman and the captain of the field team are also involved in a little conversation there. It'll be interesting to know what is being discussed. But Matthew John seems to be the one heading the discussion there. Umpire Matthew John. So a short break in play. As we will update you in a bit on the match between Manchester United and Southampton. When we last monitored Manchester United, they were leading 1-0. So it's Cullen Henry picking it up from the southern end of the ground. Mola Sheik end. So we can't seem to pick up what the problem is out there. This time umpire Joseph St. Mark calls down by Matthew John. So it's Conan Henry getting ready to bowl, off spin, bowls up. He drives up to Manat mid off. Captain Donald Edward, 1 run, 32 without loss. So Conan Henry over the wicket to Ked Kadas this time. He's back and pushes it into the offside. Goes for a quick single. Throw out a sum there by Richie Roberts. Some guys, some similar builds on the field. I wouldn't want to describe it on air. As it's Conan Henry into Denzel James. Back and then pushes forward. No run. Score 33 without loss. As Conan Henry is in again, bowls to Denzel James. Goes a big hit and it's gone over long off. 6 runs. And Denzel James, not a small lad by any chance. And hit it on the up, over long off. The man there at mid off, nowhere near it. So 6 more runs. And as during the course of the game, we'll tell you how many maximums have been hit so far in the 6 games played to date. As Conan Henry bowls one a flatter delivery, and there will be a run out there. Oh my goodness! The man at short fine there, man just behind square, took ages to get the ball out under his foot there, and Denzel James was halfway down the track, almost given up, and luckily he was able to get back. So the Shopbox Vieux for South Sunrisers just missing out on an opportunity there. That will definitely go down as a missed opportunity. As Conan Henry in again over the wicket, bowls short, and Denzel James just digs this one out. Keeper Sabinas Emmanuel runs around on the offside, picks it up, and that brings to the end over number 5. 39 without loss. Ked Kadas on 20 and Denzel James on 36. And Denzel James on 16. Chelsea leading Stoke City 2-0. And as I indicated, Lukaku, the man with the hot foot, scored in the 20th minute. Chelsea also has Stoke City 2 goals, leading Stoke 2-0. And City leading Palace 1-0. So these are our 3 games. And Tottenham played earlier today, collected 3 points, 3-2 against West Ham. And the change of bowling here from the top end or the road end, Leonora International Airport end. It's captain Don Spinners bowls, and Kadas is behind this one. Could only defend as he pushes. As Donald Edward bowls again to Kadas, he's down the wicket, and when he gets there, hits it from the bottom of the bat. It goes down to long on, where Denley Anthony picks up. .40 without loss. Donald Edwards, leg spinner. Ball from over the wicket this time to Denzel James, short, and he pulls it straight to the man there and over the man at mid wicket there, Richie Roberts. For a moment I thought he had it in his grasp, but it went just over his head and to Michael Francois on the mid wicket boundary, and they pick up a single. So lucky escape there, 41 without loss. And this time a loud appeal and he's out, he's given out. This one, a slower delivery there. Kadas on the back foot trying to hit it over mid-wicket. Missing this one, probably beaten in flight there and missing this one. Struck it plumb in front. And umpire Joseph St. Marth opens his account as he sends Kadas on his way. So, the first wicket goes down for the Renegades. It's Ked Kadas gone. LBW took Donald Edward for 21. And the ball before that, it was Denzel James just living dangerously, hitting just over the head at mid-wicket. Just over the man at mid-wicket. And getting a single. And the very next ball, Ked Kadas just misreading this one there and being a judge LBW for 21. The new batsman in, Winnell Felix. Another batsman who we cannot say is small in stature. And he's down on Edward, bowling to Winnell Felix. This one he tosses it up and Winnell Felix just comes forward. Just probably having a little sighter. One who can hit the ball far and wide. As it's down on Edward, bowling to as I just said, he hits it in the air. So just over the man there at mid-wicket at 6 runs. And just as I was speaking about that, Winnell true to form, Winnell Felix true to form, picks this one up and deposits it over mid-wicket. The man, Michael Francois, was circling, thinking that he was going to grasp it, but it was a few meters over his head and went into the boundary for 6, or over the boundary for 6. Score moves up to 47 after over number 6. And let me just run through the Renegades team. Mabouya Valley Renegades is Chad Polius, Denzel James, Craig Emmanuel, Shadrach Descat, McGarren Shulet, Rick Smith, those ticked. Zachary Edmond, Dale Dominic Ogis, Ked Kadas, Winnell Felix, Lennis Modest, and Shem Severin. So let's go through it again. It's Chad Polius, Denzel James, Craig Emmanuel, Shadrach Descat, McGarren Shulet, Zachary Edmond, Dominic Ogis, Ked Kadas, Winnell Felix, Lennis Modest, and Shem Severin. As is Kernan Henry bowling to Denzel James, as he drives it down the ground to long on, where he picks up one and he picks up a single. Easy single. Takes him on to 18 and the score on to 48 for 1. Going to over number 7. As Winnell Felix takes the guard. From here it looks like a Midland leg. As he adjusts his gloves. And he'll be facing up to Kernan Henry. And he goes short and he's forward to that. The bowler picks up. 48 for 1. The Renegades. Kernan Henry short. Turns it off the pads to the man at mid-wicket, Asa Joseph. Richie Roberts. Ace and Richie looking a bit. Yeah, Richie Roberts as Henry again bowls, and Felix just comes watchfully forward. Back to the bowl it goes. Comes down, does a little gardening. Comes in. Bowling to Felix. Forward he goes, beaten outside the off stump. As wicketkeeper Emmanuel whips up the bail. So it's 48 for 1. As Colin Henry bowling to Felix, and this time he goes for a booming drive for the offside, misses, and goes through to keep Sabrina Emmanuel. And was it a maiden over? 1 run from the over, so good over from Colin Henry there. Just 1 run coming from the over. 48 for 1. See, as the umpire signals a batting power play. Umpire Joseph St. Mark will just quickly go around the ground to find out what's his something after lunch. But I know for sure that they have a second game. They're playing back to back. They have a second game at 4 o'clock around there. As he bowls, so Colonel Henry bowls and he drives it along the ground on the onside, tumbling save by the bowler. So probably Shadrach Descat wants to end the game as quickly as they can to have some rest. Shot again outside the off stump, and this time he hits it up to the man at Richie Roberts at extra cover. Richie Roberts coming into the Vieux team. Last evening he was on the bench. As Colonel Henry again bowls, tosses this one up on the full, he takes it, hits it down to long on, and picks up a single. So he's quickly on to 9. After 9 overs, it is 62 for 2. Denzel James on 21. And he's been there all of the 9 overs. There seems to be going to be a bowling change from the road end, or the captain is. For a moment I thought Denley Anthony will come on, so I'm down in his hat, his cap, but the skipper said no. I have a good thing going. I'm going to continue on. So Shadrach Descat is on strike. So it's Donan Edward bowling to Descat, and the full delivery hits it to the man not long off, wide. He runs around to his right, picks up 1 run. Not timing that one there properly. Full delivery. Some people thought that should have been better use, could have been made of that full delivery. Maybe a maximum or 2 less than a maximum would have been good. As is Donan Edward bowling to Denzel James, slow delivery, and he goes for a big sweep there, more like a slog sweep there, trying to use his long reach, but the ball spins away from him, taken by the keeper Emmanuel. And he bowls again, slow delivery. This time, diving save there by Richie Roberts, but the batsman still able to pick up a single. So, one more run to the score. 64 for 2. We're into over number 9. Over number 10, sorry. As Donan this time again he takes down the full straight down the ground, he drives and it's 4 runs. The man there at long on running around and did all the hard work but not able to keep it in, and it just trickled over the line for 4. Edward again bowls short and he tries to pull this one. He beats the man at mid-wicket, Asa Joseph, and they pick up a single. So Descott rushes on to 15. It's 69 for 2. 69 for 2 over number 10. As he swings this one down to mid-wicket, where the fieldsman there picks up 1 run. So 70. We're into the 70s now after the halfway mark. 70 for 2 with Descott on 15 and Denzel James on 23. Donan Edwards so far 3 overs, 2 for 21, and Kernan Henry 3 overs, none for 18. So the spinners are just keeping some sort of a stranglehold on the batsmen at this point. And Kernan Henry will be bowling his final over in his spell. Maybe Junior can give us an update on the EPL. From what we know, Junior Arsenal supporter. Oh, but Barcelona does not play in the EPL, Ashlyn, so okay, so that means he's supporting Manchester United. Okay, Junior De Rose, a supporter of good football. Did you say Real Madrid? Barcelona? Okay, Barcelona, the former team of Neymar. I'm not sure if Neymar is being missed at this point in time. I get a nod from Junior De Rose in the negative. He's not been missed, as Denzel James just pushes one back along the track. Kernan Henry fields. Henry can bowl short and he makes room to try to hit it through the outside, but spins back in and gets the inner half of the bat and goes out to the man at very short straightish mid-wicket. Dead ball now being signaled by umpire Matthew John, as Kernan Henry bowls to Denzel James and he pushes it back along the track. No run. Haven't had a chance to assess the crowd yet. Junior, any word on the crowd? As we see Kernan Henry bowls full and he hits it down to long on, not to wide mid-wicket, sorry, where the fieldsman on the boundary runs in, picks up easily. Looks like Richie Roberts from here. And single to Denzel James. But Kernan Henry continues to bowl steadily. He has bowled well so far. There's some 19 runs of his 3 overs and 4 balls. So, umpire says 2 balls to go. Legal deliveries to go. Around the wicket, he bowls to Shadrach. Then he nudges one down to backward point to go for a quick single. The fielder coming in from backward point, sprinting in, but not able to prevent the single. So single takes the score to 72 for 2. And Kernan Henry barring a wide or no ball will be the final ball of his spell. 20 runs coming off so far. And I suspect it's going to be a dot ball. So 20 runs off his 4 overs. As he in bowl to Denzel. Oh no, I'm proven wrong. He hits it down to a wide long on, and they're going through for a single. Shadrach Descat was exploring the possibility of a second, but a good throw coming from Donan Edward on the wide long on boundary, and 1 run picked up. Madrid, they 2-1 up against Alvarez. So we have some updates here as it's the end of the over. It's gone 73 for 2 after over number 11. Everton down 1-0 versus Bournemouth. Manchester City 2-0 up against Crystal Palace. Stoke City against Chelsea is 2-0 to City. Swansea and Watford, they are sharing at in that game. It's 1 goal apiece. And Southampton, they are holding Manchester United despite the fact they are down 1-0. Probably in that game, trying to get the equalizer if a couple of minutes to go to the end of full time. The new bowler, Denley Anthony. So it's Denley Anthony, medium pace, over the wicket bowls to Gentle Jr. He immediately tries to hit this one. Tries to hit this one down to long off. Only succeeded to get it to Richie Roberts at mid wicket, who was fumbling all over it, and they went through for an easy single in the end. Had it been somebody like Joseph St. Marv there, I'm pretty sure the batsman would be having second ideas about taking that single there. So it's Denley Anthony in for his first bowl of the game. He'll be bowling to Shadrach Descat, very open stance, bowls short, and he swings it, and he's caught. A good catch there in the end, because the ball was moving away from the field on the mid-wicket boundary. The wind seemed to have been taking it away from him, but he was able to adjust, and he picked up the wicket there of Shadrach Descat. And I did say early on, Shadrach Descat seemed to be a man in a hurry. So a hurry to get in and also in a hurry to get out. So he's back in the pavilion, going back for an early shower, I guess. And in comes the captain, Craig Emmanuel, to replace Shadrach Descat. The score 74 for 3 as I take a well-deserved crystal clear water break. So back to the action here. The Vieux South Sunrisers definitely playing a little better than they did last night in terms of their out cricket and the bowling some disciplined lines and length there. So maybe just a little hometown jitters sort of performance last night. Not often they get to play at home before a goodish crowd, not a massive crowd. And today they're doing a business 74 for 3 after some 12 overs. In the 12 overs, Denny Anthony bowled, and this one short, and Emmanuel was trying to cut this one for the offside, and another Emmanuel, Sabina's Emmanuel behind the stumps, takes cleanly. So it's SPLT20 in Vieux at the Philip Marsden grounds. Compliments, streaming compliments, Great Visions Designs. As Danny bowls, Emmanuel drives in. Oh, beats the man, and extra cover and goes into the boundary for four. Poor, a bad miss there by the man on the extra cover boundary. This one was driven through the cover region by Craig Emmanuel. The fieldsman coming across there is his brother, Walter Emmanuel Jr., and I'll let you decide. This one just went through Walter Emmanuel Jr. and down to the boundary end for four. A poor miss there. Very bad miss there, and 4 runs added to the total. 78 for 3. Denley Anthony will not be happy about that. The bowl, and this time it's full to the bat, and Craig Emmanuel not making use of that. Hits it straight at Asa Joseph at extra cover. No run. 78 for 3. And we just want to say good morning to Lauren Louis, just passed in front of us. And this time Emmanuel trying to hit this one through mid-wicket, using a lot of bottom hand there, but taking the more of the outer part of the bat, ends up at long on, where Captain Donan Edward picks up. Successful over for Denley Anthony. Picked up the wicket of Shadrach Descat. So the score 79 for 3. The run rate, current run rate 6.58. And what do you think would be a pass score here, Junior? 130, 140? 150. Junior says will be a pass score here. As we see City going up 3-0. 3-0 to City. Burnley and Huddersfield Town goalless so far. So before this round of matches, City and United, they were at the top of the table, sharing goal difference, goals scored, goals against, points, on only what separated the two. So both teams heading for 3 points today again. But here it's even Stevens, as Rick Moses is back in the attack, and Craig Emmanuel drives it on down the ground. The man Donald L picks up at long off, a single. So Rick Moses replacing Colin Henry from the top end. Skipper Emmanuel and Denzel James go to the middle of the wicket, have a little couple of words together. Punches gloves. Captain is saying, baton, I'm there with you. As it's Rick Moses sprint away from us, bowls to James, and he drives all along the ground straight to Donan Edward on the boundary. You pick up a single. Fires to return in, goes past Rick Moses, who was at the bowler's end. And another run, 81 for 3, going to over number 13. Apart from the little cameo from Shadrach Descat, it has been a slow going as Craig hits this high. He's going to be out caught, and he's caught another good. He dropped it. He dropped it. This one went high into the air there. To the fieldsman on the mid-wicket boundary, who looks like he thought he had it, but the wind probably played a little factor there. And then when he rolled over, it was on the turf. So live there to Craig Emmanuel as Rick Moses bowls, and he drives this one down the ground. That's gone for 4. Wide of the man on the long off boundary, and that normally happens when a chance goes down. More often than not, the next delivery it's a body blow, a boundary or maximum, and this time ball went past the man at long off for 4. So let us see what Rick's response is going to be. And he's running the ball to Craig Emmanuel. He bowls. It's on into the middle and leg stump area. He works it to Richie Roberts at mid wicket. No run. '87 for 3. Over number it's about ending over number 13. Lucky for some, unlucky for others. As Rick Moses bowls to Craig Emmanuel. This one is high into the air. Will he be out caught this time? Yes, he takes the catch. Running around with that Donan Edward again in the action. Ran around to his right and took a catch very caught Donan Edward of the bowling of Rick Moses. So Rick Moses having the last say here, having the last laugh. Having Emmanuel dropped on the mid-wicket boundary, then being hit for 4, and then coming back and having him caught on the long-on boundary for 12. So the new batsman is Zachary Edmond. Zachary Edmond is a young player coming out of the Mabouya Valley. Zachary Edmond, maybe just about 19, 20, if so old. And his fellow teammate in the district competition, Denzel James, has been there from ball 1. He's on 27. So that also ended over number 13. 87 for 4. Yeah. So it's Denley Joseph bowling his second over. So far he has bowled 1 over. He has picked up 1 for 6. 87 for 4. Oh, this one he drives at it. He's beaten outside the off some there, and wicketkeeper Emmanuel quickly effects the stumping, but Zachary Edmond is well entrenched. 87 for 4. Just a reminder that we are having a triple header here today. So it's Denley. One comes off the long off boundary, picks up. Takes the score on to 88. So 88 for 4. We're into over number 14. Denley bowls this one. He swings at it. This one is it goes out of the ground for 6. This one is Denley was into the middle leg stump area, and Denzel James just picks it up and hits it over mid wicket, over number 14. So it's Magaran Sholut, the new batsman. And as we said last evening, when the Sunrisers played, despite having been bowled out for paltry 85, made the City Blasters fight every inch of the way. So James finally departs for 23, for 33. But it seemed that instead of stepping on the gas, he stepped on the brakes. because his inning has come to an end. So Denley Anthony successful again as he comes into bowl to Zachary Edmonds, short, and Edmonds pulls this one around. There's a man on the boundary, he runs around, picks up, and single. So the score moves up to 95 for 5. So 2 new batsmen at the wicket. So these 2 guys will now have to dig in again. So it's 95 for 5 after 14. Another 6 overs to go. So Jevin Isidore. So Jevin Isidore taking it up from the Mola Sheikh end. As we hear from right here, we can hear umpire Matthew John saying right down over. As this one, first delivery just outside the off stump, and Edmund just pushes forward. As Jevin Isidore bowls to Edmund, and this time he swings down the leg side, misses, wide signal, and call by umpire Matthew John. So Jevin Isidore again bowls to Edmund, this time short, and he just helps it around. They're looking for 2. They'll be coming as Emmanuel just fumbles a bit. Walter Emmanuel Jr. just fumbles a bit, and they are through for a second run. 98 for 5. As Jevin Isidore bowls, and a loud appeal. And you see dead ball being signaled by umpire. Yeah, oh, yes. So the correct signal being correct signal. No ball. The bowler disturbing the stumps and his follow through. So it's a free hit to the new batsman there, Shulut. Not Shulut, it's Edmund. He bowled, and he's bowled him. Edmund been bowled off the free hit, so he's not capitalizing on it. But this shot looked, Edmund not looking, the shot didn't look a convincing one. Didn't look like he was quite settled as to what he really wanted to do with this free hit. So it's Jevin Isidore again bowls. This time he pushes out to mid wicket, where it's fielded by Richie Roberts. No run. As we are joined by a young volunteer. Must say that the volunteers have been doing an excellent job in the few foot leg of things. Kudos to the leader. As Jevin is a bowls, and he just stabs it out in front of him. No run. So things have gone just a little slow since the departure of Shadrach Descat. 99 for 5 into over number 15. Jevin is low. Down the leg side goes and wide. And 100 is up. We are watching you all the way. 100 of 94 deliveries. 74 minutes, 72 minutes. 7 fours and 4 sixes. To Zachary Edmond, and he drives it outside the off stump. Not taken cleanly by wicketkeeper Emmanuel. So it ends the over number 15. 100 for 5. So it will be Denley Henry again from the Denley Henry to take it up from the road end. So it's Denley Anthony running away from us, the ball to Shulet. Keeper Emmanuel making a smart bit of stumping there, but an appeals, not out. As it's Denley to Shulet. And he's bowled him. Yes, Shulet, not sure what was happening there. This was pitched on the stump. He was trying to play it off the pitch. Kept a little low and is bowled. So Denley Anthony bowling between wicket and picked up yet another wicket. His third wicket. So far he's picked up 3 for 14. So Chad Polus is a new batter, and normally we know Chad to be an opening batsman, but he's coming in at number 8. Probably wasn't feeling too well or something, or maybe part of the plan of the Renegades. So another wicket falls. It's 6 wickets down now. 100. So the Sunrisers were probably thinking if they could get the team below 130 would probably be a target they can get to. As he goes for a big hit there, it cannot be. As Denley Anthony, medium pace, bowls. When he cuts it down behind point. The captain Edward is after it. He'll get 2. And pulls it back, but it seemed to have gone into the boundary. We see the signal coming from umpire Joe. Joe sent Marv. Yes, 4 runs. So 104. Let's come over to 104. 104 for 6. As Denley Anthony again, he's picked up wicket early in the over, he bowls, and then he digs it out. He goes down to long off, where the man from long off runs in, picks up. Single, 105 for 6. And credit must go to the Sunrisers bowlers. They have kept the Renegades batsman in check. Never let them get away with things. Then he bowls and he drives back along the track to just ball 1-2-3. Type in ball 1-2-3. Ball 1-2-3. So 16th over just completed. So it's 105 for 6. Another 4 overs still to go. And the weather has been excellent here today compared to last weekend. Had a little shower this morning. A little shower or two, just a little drizzle. While I went on my morning walk, just a little drizzle. So it's Isidore. Javin is a bowling to Chad Polius. He's back and just pushes it back along the track. So just put it down a bit. Yeah. There we go. This one, Chad Paul is just missing, trying to aim in, shaping and aiming to the leg side. An allowed appeal, but not out to the umpire Matthew John. As is Jevin Isidore bowls. This one heads down the leg side and umpire John signals wide. At this stage of the game, you will be hoping that the bowlers will be attacking the stumps a little more, not giving away those extras. These all count. As Jevin Isidore running away, bowls to Chad, and they're looking for a single. It goes through Asa. Probably a little too heavy around the front and the side, a little too heavy on the tummy and the waist area. Not able to get down quickly enough, but no run. 106 for 6. Polius, it works off the pads, going ahead and down to the boundary. Will he stop it? Acrobatic stunt there, but can't prevent the ball, can't stop the ball from going into the boundary, and 4 runs. So Jevin Isidore, just Polius just working it fine and getting 4 runs. So 110 for 6 going to over number 17. And wide down the leg side again. Signal and call by umpire Matthew John. So not too good an over there, and Captain Donan Edward would not be pleased, because this is about the time you'll be looking to close down your overs, keep things on a tight rein. So Jevin Isidore needs to think about it. There he goes, bowling to Shadiman, another wide down the leg side. 112 for 6 and some 7 runs in this over so far. Jevin Isidore not concentrating hard enough, it seems. There he goes over the wicket to Chad Polius, and he drives into the covers. Elegant shot, but cannot beat Asa Joseph. Puts a big frame is behind this one. 112 for 6. Jevin bowls again, and he goes for a big hit. It's on his up high into the air. Will he take the catch? He takes the catch. It is Conan Henry takes the catch, and Chad Polius departs. Caught Conan Henry of the bowling of Jevin Isidore, for 9. And Jevin is the persistence of just keeping the ball between wicket and wicket despite bowling a couple of wide deliveries. He stuck to the task and success coming his way. 112 for 7. The wicket of Chad Polius, a dangerous customer. Wicket of Chad Polius goes for 9. And the new batsman in is Dominic Ogis. Dominic Ogis. Maybe at the break we'll talk to the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports coach Junior Henry. Tell us about the Junior D Rose. Will tell us about the youth cricket talent search going on at this point in time. And also, if we have time, we'll also speak to Ashlyn Edward, who is the kiddie grade coach with the St. Lucia National Cricket Association. So we're well blessed if two persons are involved in local cricket. They can tell us a bit more of what's happening. So the new bowler is Richie Robert. As we strolled to the ground, we were hearing the calls for Hafiz Ali as Watford has gone 2-1 up, and Chelsea has also gone 4-0 up against Stoke. Man City has gone 5-0 up against Crystal Palace, and Everton, they have now gone 2-1 up against AFC Bournemouth. Maybe Rooney has scored in that encounter. We'll wait and see as this first ball from Richie Roberts goes through outside the off stump. The new batsman there is Dominic Ogis. So the debate continues. Why was Hafiz Ali not included in the final 11? Probably he was not at the ground on time. As Richie Roberts bowling to Dominic Ogis. He works one nicely of the pads there to the man behind square who runs to his right from short fine leg, and Dominic Ogis gets off the mark. He's on 1. And 13. And 13 for 1, 113 for 7. And we need over number 18. So Richie Roberts has gone over the wicket now. He'll be bowling to Zachary Edmund. He drives along the ground, down to long on. Only a single. He works it off the hip this time to mid wicket where Asa Joseph runs around, picked up a good over there from Richie Roberts. Only two runs in this over. 114 for 7. So we were thinking a pass score here would be about 140, 150. But the Sunrisers are playing at home. Would think that anything under 130 would be gettable. And probably if the Sunrisers could pull off a win here, Ashlyn, they could probably look to get into the last 4. BOARD. 1, 2, 3. /4. So it's Dolan Edward. The 2 power plays taken already. Okay, Dolan Edward has reintroduced himself in the think it's short, and he cuts it down to the man at backward point, Denley Anthony. And they're going for a second run, and he's run out. Oh my goodness, that was suicidal. The ball went straight to the man at backward point, Denley Anthony, and the batsman went through for a second run, and in the process, Dominic Ogie's been run out. Now, tell me, even if you were Usain Bolt, you would not dare take a single in those conditions. Cover point, ball is in the fieldsman's hands, and you're looking to run 22 yards. So they've paid the price for it. Wicket number 9 goes down. Sorry, wicket number 7. Wicket number 8 goes down. Dominic Ogie's been run out, and the new batsman in is Shem Severin, or is it Setaj? Lennis Morris. This one plays it uppishly into the cover region, and they pick up a single. So 116 for 8. 116 for 8. So, as we've just been told, Manchester United bagging another 3 points away from home this time. Donan Edward bowls, and this one plays onto the outside, a quick single. Donan Edward was quickly onto it, sliding and trying to effect a run out, but not picking up, and the batsman in the end threw for an easy single. 117 for 8. As he hits this one straight back over the bowler's head for 6. So Donan Edwards just slowing this one up a bit, and Zachary Edmond picked up the challenge and hitting it straight back over the bowler's head for 6. So it's Donan Edward again, bowling to Zachary Edmond. This one is short, and he hits it down to long on, where they pick up another single. 124 for 8. And we over number 19. As Donan Edward again bowls. 20 is that Christian Ange. Lennis Modest, sorry. Lennis Modest just hits this one into the cover region, no run. So the final over will be bowled by Denley Ogie, the most successful Mabouya bowler to date. The Java. Look up by the tree. To your right. To your right. We're looking at the final over, being bowled by Denley Anthony. He has been the most successful Sunrisers bowler to date. He has picked up 3 for 19, and he runs in bowls to Edmond. He hits this one. It's uppish, but he'll only get 1. They're coming back for 2. He went to the keeper's end, the wrong end. Had he gone to the bowler's end, Lennis Morris would have been struggling to get home. So 2 runs nevertheless. 126 for 8. As Denley Anthony bowling to Zachary Edmond. He's into the extra cover region to Asa Joseph. 1 run. The big burly figure of Asa Edwards. Not as burly as Cornwall. As Denley, 127 for 8. Denley Anthony bowling to Lennis Morris. He Drives it all along the ground to long off where the man comes in, picks up. So a single. 128 for 8. Goes again, Denley to Zachary Edmond. He advances, hits it. Oh, that would have been a stupendous catch there. Goes over the man, that shot to the man into the boundary, goes for 4. This one, Zachary Edmond was advancing, peeled off the edge. The man just about on the circle, just missed timing his jump there a bit and just going over his head and running away down to the third man boundary for 4. So it's 132 for 8. We have 2 legal deliveries left. Underneath 3 for 27. And he bowls. And this time he goes to big out the inside edge down to the man at talk to the man behind square. And they rush through for a single. So the final delivery, legal delivery of the inning, 133 for 8. Denley Anthony to Lennis Morris, and he hits this one down to a long on. They'll be looking for 2. Oh my God! And he's run out. Yes, Lennis Morris struggling to get back there for the second run, and being run out. So 134 for 9, and the 20 overs coming to an end with the Renegades 134 for 9. So then Thomas picking up 3 for 30, and I said the most successful bowler for the Renegades, the most successful bowler for the Sunrisers, whereas 33 from Chad Polius, 33 from Denzel James being the top scorer for the Renegades. Also 21 from Ket Kadas, 22 from Zachary Edmond. These were the main contributors. So as we take a break here, innings break, the Renegades are batting first, 134 for 9 after 20 overs. Right there.
But Darren, where you? But Darren, where you?
I'm at Bat Cave.
Darren, what you doing there? We have a competition. St. Lucia is the SPLT20 tournament. From September 15th to October 2nd. Cricket. Lovely St. Lucian cricket. Come see Darren Sammy's Avatar City Blasters, Johnson Charles's Nagico South Castries Lions, Dalton Polius's Crozile Knights, Craig Emmanuel's Mabouya Valley Renegades, Gary Mathres Miku Trailblazers, Keddy Lesboris's Shopbox Vieux South Sunrisers, Audie Alexander's Chozel Craft Masters, and Keitha Prosper's SRDF Soufre Pitons. On September 15th, 16th, 17th, will be at the Soufre Mini Stadium. September 19th and 20th will be Mabouya Playing Field. September 22nd, 23rd and 24th, Philip Marsler Grounds in Vieux. The semi-finals, September 29th at the Darren Sammy National Cricket Stadium. Third place and finals at the stadium as well. Get the full fixtures on the website www.splt20.net. It's all about the SPLT20 tournament.
That's all I'm hearing.
Don't miss it.
Thanks to technology, we can still enjoy some of life's most important moments. Just sign up to check your balance, manage multiple accounts, and pay your bills online through your bank. even while doing what matters most. It takes just a few minutes to set up from a computer, tablet, or smartphone. Select My Account, a free, fast, and easy way to view and pay your electricity bills.
Shopbox opens the door to online shopping. Shop at your favorite stores and get delivery straight to your door. We make shopping simple. Just ask. Cut! Who let the dog in?
Sir, we have a delivery for 302 toys.
What? Rover?
Thanks to technology, we can still enjoy some of life's most important moments. Just sign up to check your balance, manage multiple accounts, and pay your bills online through your bank, even while doing what matters most. It takes just a few minutes to set up from a computer, tablet, or smartphone. Select My Account, a free, fast, and easy way to view and pay your electricity bills.
You booked your flight, hotel, and you got your visa? You bought a laptop, flat screen TV, Snickers for the kids, home theater system? Oh, and that juicer for mom. Stuff that into your suitcase and keep it under 50 pounds. You must be insane. Leave the headache to us. Maybe you don't have a US visa, but you want to shop abroad? We can still make it happen. We provide a physical US address for your online purchases. There are no hidden charges. Affordable local delivery and the lowest rates guaranteed.
But Darren, where you?
I'm at Bat Cave.
Darren, what you doing there? We have a competition. St. Lucia is the SPLT20 tournament from September 15th to October 2nd. Cricket, lovely St. Lucian cricket. Come see Darren Sammy's Avatar City Blasters, Johnson Charles's Nagico South Castries Lions, Dalton Polius's Crozile Knights, Craig Emmanuel's Mabouya Valley Renegades, Gary Mathrez Miku Trailblazers, Keddy Lesporis's Shopbox Vieux South Sunrisers, Audie Alexander's Chozel Craft Masters, and Keitha Prosper's SRDF Soufre Pitons. On September 15th, 16th, 17th, we'll be at the Soufre Mini Stadium. September 19th and 20th will be Mabouya Playing Field. September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, Philip Marsler Grounds in Vieux. The semi-finals, September 29th at the Darren Sammy National Cricket Stadium. Third place and finals at the stadium as well. Get the full fixtures on the website www.splt20.net. It's all about the SPLT20 tournament.
That's all I'm hearing.
Don't miss it.
Thanks to technology, we can still enjoy some of life's most important moments. Just sign up to check your balance, manage multiple accounts, and pay your bills online through your bank, even while doing what matters most. It takes just a few minutes to set up from a computer, tablet, or smartphone. Select My Account, a free, fast, and easy way to view and pay your electricity bills.
Shopbox opens the door to online shopping. Shop at your favorite stores and get delivery straight to your door. What? Rover?
Live there to Craig Emmanuel as Rick Moses bowls, and he drives this one Down the ground, that's gone for 4. And then he bowls this one, he swings at it. This one is, it goes out of the ground for 6. It's Edmund. He bowled and he's bowled him. It's, Edmund. Denley to Sulet. And he's bowled him. Jevin bowls again and he goes for a big hit. It's on his up high into the air. Will he take the catch? He takes the catch. It is reintroduce himself and the thing is short and he cuts it down to the man at backward point, Denley Anthony. As he hits this one straight back over the bowler's head for 6. And he runs and bowls to Edmund. He hits this one, it's uppish, but he'll only get 1. They're coming back for 2. He went to the keeper's end, the wrong end. And Denley to Zachary Edmund. He advances, hits it. Oh, that would have been a stupendous catch there. It was over the man, that shot the man into the boundary, goes for 4. Anthony to Lennis Morris. And he hits this one down to a long on. They'll be looking for 2. Anthony to Lennis Morris, and he hits this one down. bowls to Emmanuel, and he plays it into the offside cover point. Shadrach Descott makes the stop. We'll get what. So Chevron just about the 30-meter mark, running in to bowl to, and he hits this one that's gone for 6. This one pitched up, and Emmanuel was lunging into this one, hit it over long off for 6. And as we were saying last night, if Emmanuel spends any length of time at the crease, there will be some runs on the board. As we've seen, the one being hit straight back over, long off for 6. So the early overs trying to make use of the first 4 overs, the power play overs. 1 day 3-4. As Severin is in to Emmanuel, bowl short, and he's back defending. Emmanuel also plays some cricket out in Trinidad. So it's 6 without loss. As it's Shem Severin to Emmanuel. This one, he plays at it. It's off the edge and down the boundary for 4. Kind of unsighted there a bit. Didn't realize that because we are square on. Didn't realize that Emmanuel had gotten an edge on this one. He is fishing outside the off stump. It took the edge and flew down to the third man who where trickled into the boundary for 4. So it's 10 without loss. We can say probably a lot of you would have known, well, a lot of us have known that the sun rose this morning. So is that a sign that the sunrisers or the Bruceville end, to those of you know Vieux from the Bruceville end, or those of you who go back a long way would know the Mola Sheikh area, the Mola Sheikh Lighthouse from that end. And our scorer Ashley wouldn't know that. A bit of history for her. The Mola Sheikh Lighthouse. And it might be interesting to know what time you at the Mola Sheikh Lighthouse. As we see Lennis Modest in to bowl to Denley Anthony. And wide signal by umpire Matthew John. Well, in my field, Ashlyn, when you come across so many persons with similar Christian and surnames, sometimes it's a little difficult to stick. As Lennis Modest bowls, and he tries to run this one down to third man. Looks like the pace was taken off this one and going perilously close to the stumps there. As Sabinas Emmanuel calls him down and tells him, hey, that was a naughty shot. We need to stay in there. We need to get as close as we can to 135. If we get to 135, that gives us a fighting chance to get into the semi-finals. As Lennis Modest bowls and he turns it off the path this time, they'll be looking for 2. But batsmen no urgency there, just jogging home a single. It probably gets consigned to the fact that 1 is 1, no need to push. So it's 12 without loss. So Captain Craig Emmanuel making some adjustments for the left-handed Sabinas Emmanuel. Slip, backward point, more wide third man on the circle, backward point, extra cover, two extra cover, one a little straightish, as Lennis Morales is into Sabinas, and he just pushes the front foot across the stump and watches it go through to wicket keeper Denzel James.
Yeah.
So we saw umpire Joseph St. Marv just checking in with the scorers there. I just want to be sure. Modest, and he pulls this one. That's going to be 6 runs. No need to worry. It's gone over the mid-wicket boundary for 6. The square boundaries, as we said, pretty short. And Lennis Modest, no great pace. Just a gentle medium, friendly medium. It just went in a shot, and he pulls it over mid-wicket for 4. As we see in the replay there, as Modest is in and he bowls to Emmanuel, he just comes forward, runs it off the face of the bat to Shadrach Descat at backward point. If they slip, they can slide. And the two openers will be hoping to get a pretty decent opening partnership. So it's Modest to, I think, and this time he plays it between the wide third man and the backward point. They'll get 2. Shem Severin running back picks up, releases it to Shadrach Descat. And 2 more runs, 20 without loss after 2 overs. So pretty decent start there for the Sunrisers compared to last evening, where they were struggling throughout the inning. I guess what a difference a couple hours makes. The sun is on our backs. The pitch has been given some attention. Different bowling attack, different batting order, and the captain figures that it's about time he gets into the thick of things. So So some adjustments being made to the field. So Craig Emmanuel, couple meters inside the 30-yard, as he runs in, he's bowling over the wicket. He'll be bowling to Denley Anthony, and he is off the edge, and they're going through for a single. He just misses, and Sabinas Emmanuel is pretty lucky there. He's a lucky man. This one off the edge, stopped in the slip cordon, but Emmanuel, eager to be down at the other end, was calling him down, and they went through for the single. A bit of danger there, but all is well that ends well. Very efficient volunteers, I must say. As Craig my bowls, and this one, Sabinas Emmanuel just digs it out. Was expecting it to make a little more height, just about shin height, and it will depend on him. As Craig Emmanuel from the road end. Bowls and back and across. Plays it out into the cover region. No run. So, Craig Emmanuel bowling over number 3. Bowl short. Tries to whip this one down the leg side. Wide. Umpire Joe having a long look at this one. But from our vantage point, it always looked wide. The question was whether that brushed something along the way. So 22 without loss. So it's Craig Emmanuel to Sabinas Emmanuel. Short. Handles this one well. So Sabinas Emmanuel knows a lot is dependent on him. He has to keep a cool head and play him out, see him off, and take the attack to the other bowlers who might be on. So, Sabinas Emmanuel just thinking about it. Cannot afford to give his hand away at this point. Craig Emmanuel running away from us into bowl to Sabinas Emmanuel. Pushes forward and beaten outside the off stump. So Craig Emmanuel turns from the road end into bowl to Sabinas Emmanuel. Foolish length. He's forward on the move. He's forward. Out the face of the bat it goes, angles it out into the cover point region. Shadrach Descat picks up. No run. At the end of the third over, ends over number 3. 22 without loss. After over number 3, it's 22 without loss. As we see some of the SPL team members, CEO and the rest having a well-deserved break. Hassan Erise, Colin and Laureen, Travis having a well-deserved break. Still 2 games to go. Some persons are luckier than others, while they enjoy the rest, which is, I must say, is needed. Others are busy at work, as we see Shulet, Magaran, a bowling change. Magaran Shulet, this one just about on the middle stump, and it's the inside edge and goes down to the man behind square there. Shem 7 runs around to his left, picks up. Yes, it seems it's going all around. Some persons, because of the late night last night, early morning heading to the ground. So it's 23 without loss as this time Sabinas Emmanuel just caught on the crease there. Not sure whether to go back or to go forward, and just caught on the crease. The ball is hurrying on to him a bit. Loud appeal. And umpire Matthew John saying not out. So, but Emmanuel, although the bowler have been bowling well, he seems to have just gone into his shell a bit. Well, knowing him, they have not been given anything to hit, so McGarren should have bowled, take the pace off, and he just guides it. And they go for a quick single. He guides this one best past Chad Polius at slip, and Shem Severin coming in at short third man. Widest third man, not able to stop. So it's 24 without loss. So it's McGarren should have bowled to Denley Anthony, and he runs it off the edge, but well stopped by Chad Polius at slip. 24 without loss. So it's Shulet in to bowl to Danley Anthony. A quick single there, and batsman ran through for a quick single. Through an arm throw coming in. So no, one more run, 25. Without loss in the over number 4. So it's Shulet from the Bruceville end, bowls to Emmanuel. He drives up to up along the onside where Craig Emmanuel at mid-wicket runs along the straightest mid-on, picks up, no run. So 25 without loss over number 4. So another bowling change. Shadrach Descat from the road end, or the Euronora International Airport end. So into over number 5. As Descat bowled, just a trial run. As Captain Craig Emmanuel does the fielding. As Captain Craig Emmanuel does some field placements. A little delay in proceedings. Anthony, shot, and he hits it through the cover. That's 4 runs. It will be 4 today, tomorrow, and even next week. This one was short, just a gentle hit me for the offside delivery, and Denley Anthony obliges. Gets on top of the bounce and just hits it through the offside for 4. 29 without loss. So Mabouya Renegades, I'm sure by now we're getting a little worried. 29 without loss into over number 5. As Shadrach Descat in bowls, and then stylishly behind this one, plays up to mid-on. This one a little more pace on this one. And Denley Anthony behind this one and strokes it up to mid-on confidently. Descott in again. This one outside the off stump and wide. Oh, outside the off stump and outside the off stump, and Denley was having a go. But umpire Joe signals wide. Empire fan meter just flickering around 3.5 to 4. But Joseph St. Mark at this point, as Descott bowls short, and he just plays it through cover point, and the man at short third man, it goes down to the boundary for 4. From our vantage point, it looked like the ball went into the fence, but umpire Joseph St. Mark not. No, so it stays at 2. The fielder was touching the boundary when he intercepted the ball, but umpire bowls short and he plays again back with a point, and looking for the single. No run. 32 without loss over number 5. Seven runs so far from the over. There goes Shadrach Descott over the wicket, bowls to Denley. Anthony. This one, it keeps low, and off the bat it seemed that he had missed the ball altogether, but based on the signal of the umpire, it took maybe a thin edge, but all along the ground, not a chance by any means. And the keeper James having a little difficulty in gathering, and the ball going down to the boundary for 4. So 4 welcome runs, 36 without loss. There's the cat bowls again, and this time again he's in behind and just running it off the face of the bat to the man down at wideish, a short third man, and that brings the over to an end, over number 5 to an end. So is there another bowling change? Yes, another bowling change. Chad Polius is on. I see the bowling power play is being taken. .36 without loss, and we're into over number 6. So it's Polius to Emmanuel. He's right back on the stumps. Pushes it out into the onside. No run. And he comes. Polius to Emmanuel. He goes for a big swing. It's off something. Balloons into the air. The man behind square runs on, picks up. Leg by. So it's off the of the legs of the pads there. So 38. Junior, you thing again. But yeah, just put a didn't put leg by. 37 dot loss and we into over number 6. So the scoring are just over. This one he just works it off the pad. The man behind square, Shem Severin, picks up. And we've just been told no bowler has bowled 2 consecutive overs. So Craig Emmanuel just ringing the changes, trying to see what is going to be the best combination. Who's been keeping it tight, not getting the batters accustomed to anybody. So Polius into Emmanuel, shot, and this one coming back into him, plays it back along the track, and they're doing the right thing, just applying themselves, picking up the singles, and then the bad delivery, trying to put it away, not putting themselves under any pressure. As it's Polius bowls full delivery and he hits it over extra cover. That's gone to the boundary. 4 bounces into the boundary. It goes 4 runs. So just saying that a while ago, they're waiting for the bad deliveries, and Chad Polius just serving this one up, a slow one outside the off stump, and Sabinas Emmanuel just picking that up and hitting it over extra cover. Couple boundaries into the boundary. 42 without loss. Current run rate 7.2. Polius round the wicket and he comes forward. So the 2 batsmen using the head, batting sensibly. 42 without loss. Without loss after some 6 overs. Sabinas Emmanuel on 23. Denley Anthony on 15. And they have brought back Shem Severin from the road end, or the Euronor International Airport end. And just to remind you, we have a triple header today, following this game at 5 o'clock. It'll be the Renegades. They'll be up against the Grosley Knights. It might be the battle of the 2 losers. So it's Shem Severin to Denley. Turns it off the ball, makes some height. But the man Shadrach Descat is close in. The batsman looking for a single, but sent back. Sabinas Emmanuel sending back his partner. So it's Shem Severin. And he comes bowling to Denley Anthony. Short, and again tries to work out, making some height. Gets it to Shadrach Descat at a straightish mid wicket, just to the left of the umpire. As the 2 batsmen just come down to the middle. Emmanuel having a little chat, probably saying to him, you need to work it away from the fielder, or we need to rotate the strike. So it's Shem Severin into shot, and he pulls it around, and it goes into the boundary for 6 maximum. So SPL maximum, and maybe that is what Emmanuel was saying to him. Be patient, it's going to come, let him come to you, don't go to him. So 48 without loss and 50 approaching. Severin is in to Anthony, and this time he drives it up to the line. He beats the man mid-on and go to the boundary for 4. This one he punched it through mid-on. The man from Mid on. Zachary Edmond was coming across, had a dive, diving over the ball and then down to the boundary for 4. So 6-4, 10 in 2 balls, 50 is up, 43 deliveries, 5 fours and 2 sixes. So the Shopbox Sunrisers doing a lot better than they did last night. Probably at this stage last night they were struggling at about 30 for 5 or so. They are now 52 without loss after we're into over number 7. So it's Shem 7 again to Anthony. And this one, he just guided past the man that slipped down. It's going down. And it's 4 runs. 4 more runs. So 6-4-4. 14 of 3 deliveries. This one was short outside the off stump. Denley Anthony was on the back foot. Guided it past the man at slip. And the man at hitting it between the man at slip and the man at backward point. Down to the boundary for 4. The man at backward point, Winel Felix, running and trying to cut it off, mistiming the slide there, and it's gone for 4. So far we have had 73 maximums, 100 fours, 39 catches, 10 runouts, and 110 wides, 25 no balls, 16 ducks. So here we have it. We'll be updating you throughout the course of the day. As Empire Joseph St. Marv signals dead ball, and our female scorer Ashlyn Edwards takes a couple second snooze. So the day is certainly starting to tell, as Shem 7 bowls short and down the leg side and wide. So Shem Severin certainly going for a few days over 15 overs, so 15 runs so far in the over. Might well be the most expensive over in the innings so far. So it's 6-4-4-1 wide. So it's Chevron again running into bowl to Anthony. Short. He's back and pushes it back along the onside where the bowler just skips around and picks up. So 15 runs in this over, 57 without loss. So another 78 runs needed from 78 balls. So a runner ball required from hence on. A runner ball from hence on. The leading batsman at this point in time, Junior Henry of Craft Masters with 80 runs. Sanjay Pamphil 65. Gaspar Prospect 63. The bowling, Wayne Prospect 6 wickets. Alan Prospect 5. Travis Gifford 5. Hazel Shalry 5. Jonel Eugene is 4. The player rankings, Nick Elibox leads the player ranking, 307 points. Junior Henry with 263. And Wayne Prospect 234. So, McGarren Shulet from the Bruceville end. So, there we go. And he drives into the extra cover region. No run. Well stopped there by Zachary Edmond, it looks like. So, I must say, pretty much improved performance by the Shopbox Vieux South Sunrisers to date. As it's Shulet to, and he goes for a big swing there. It's Emmanuel missing, taken by keeper Denzel James. And after a big over before, probably should just continue just knocking the ball around, waiting for the bad one. But Emmanuel is a no-nonsense batsman. He want to be putting bat on ball as Shulet aborts his runner is running. 57 without loss. Shulet bounds in, bowls to Emmanuel. This one is short, and he misses this one, and he would think he has missed out there. Played a little too early. We've had brilliant sunshine for the morning so far. We hope it continues throughout the weekend. Some 7 games all told to be played. This is game 2 of the 7. This one is short, slow bouncer. Emmanuel gets on top of this one and just hits it out into the cover point region, where another Emmanuel, Craig Emmanuel, picks up. 57 without loss. Almost a runner ball required. Shulet to Emmanuel. So when he plays it to the man at the short third man, wide. And he is looking for a single. There's got throwing at the stumps. Luckily there was somebody backing up. No run. So pretty tight over this time around. 78 from 73 deliveries. As Shulet bowls, and he just comes forward. At the end of the over, is a maiden over. A maiden over. So after 15 runs coming in the previous over, really tight over this one, no run. 57 without loss. So Craig Emmanuel will be taking it up from the road end. So a bit of a quiet period, although on over 2 ago we had some 15 coming up the over. So the music blaring it. Liverpool, they're up 2-0 against Leicester City. So Klopp probably having a stern word to his guys. They were knocked out of the what used to be the Carling Cup. Is now the Carabao Cup. They were knocked out in the week by Leicester City. But now they have the upper hand on Leicester, 2-0 up. But here at the Philip Marsley ground, it's not soccer or football, it's cricket. Craig Emmanuel bowling to Denley Anthony. And he hits it straight over the top, it goes. 6 runs. This one, Emmanuel up to the bat, and Denley Anthony just launching into this one, hitting it straight back over the top. 6 runs. So this end seems to be the end leaking the runs, while the opposite end seems to be the end where the bowlers are bowling pretty tightly. So Anthony moves on to 35, and Emmanuel, who is on 23. So Emmanuel to Denley, and he's it back along the track where Craig Emmanuel fields. So the scores, as we said, Sabinas Emmanuel on 23, Denley Anthony on 35, and anybody who knows these 2 individuals would be thinking that we are probably giving you the wrong individual scores, but we are not. Denley Anthony has exploded over the last 2 overs or so. So it's Craig Emmanuel again to Denley Anthony. Bowls. And he hits it. This one is gone even further. That's 6 more. That's even 6 more further this time. This time on the onside. So 6 more. Take the score to 69. 69 without loss. In over number 10. 69 without loss. Emmanuel again to Anthony. Shot. And he just works it around the corner. Helps it around the corner. The man from long leg comes in. Picks up. Single. 70 without loss. And the Shopbox Sunrisers doing pretty okay. But don't forget, you're playing a game of cricket where the game is a game of shifting fortunes and glorious uncertainties. So better batting display compared to last evening. In fact, better display all round. So it's Craig Emmanuel from the road end. Bowling to Sabinas Emmanuel. And this one is fishing outside the off stump. Not getting a touch, and through the wicket keeper Denzel James. 70 without loss. Not many teams have had the opportunity of being 70 without loss. Central against Rosalie. It was about 2 runs needed. And Tyree Gabriel surrendered his wicket. 73. So it's Choulette first to be bowling 2 consecutive overs. Bowling to this one heading down the leg side. Even from this vantage point, I can see this is heading down the leg side. So 70 without loss. Brilliant sunshine down in the south. High cloud, patchy cloud, puffy white clouds. As Choulette is into Anthony, and he just pushes this one on to the onside where Emmanuel picks up. Yes, 70 without loss. Emmanuel Sabinas has been pretty quiet for a while. He's on 23, while his partner Denley Anthony has been doing the bulk of the scoring. He's on 42. And he cuts this one to the offside. It goes into the boundary now. 4 runs. This one was short outside the off stump, and then Denley Anthony was onto the back foot and cutting this one square into the boundary for 4. Taking this count to 74. And he's on 46, and to go with that is 3 for 30 in the ball. And he hits this one. Oh, through the man had made a long, coming up with a long boundary for 4. And another boundary there. And it's all happening here for the Sunrisers, and it's 50. 50 to the Denley Anthony. 50 of 28 deliveries, 6 fours and 3 sixes. So 78 without loss. 62 deliveries. So the Renegades are up against it. As is Magaran Shulet bowls, he hits it up to long off, where fieldsman runs in and picks up one more run. 79. 56 more. The countdown is on, I think. 56 from 61. Well, Junior D. Rose, who was a fielder all his life, so it's a good wicket to bat on. So it's Shulet, Magaran Shulet bowling to Emmanuel. Short, and he pulls this one around. That's 6 more. 6 more runs. This one was short on about the leg stump, and Emmanuel just getting inside this one and helping it over a long leg for 6. Taking in the score up to 85. And Emmanuel, who had been pretty quiet for the last couple overs, not much strike. He more gets off the 23. He's now 29. 85 without loss. And we're over with a halfway stage. Sure. Halfway stage there. So another bowling change. It's Chad Polius coming on from the road end. As a batsman getting a little refreshment, I think, out in the middle. As we said, the sun has been out for the morning. It's been pretty hot. The game today, I mean, not much fireworks, but pretty absorbing. Renegades get 134. And the Vieux Sunrisers, Shopbox Vieux Sunrisers very much on their way. 85 without loss. As is Chad Polius spinning from the road end, and he comes in bowls to Denley, and he just back and turns it easily into the square leg area where Shadrach Descat does the fielding, and Shadrach always seems to be in the thick of things. So it's Chad Polius bowling to the left-handed Sabinas Emmanuel. Deep. And come Polius, he bowls short, and Emmanuel just on the back foot just plays out into the mid-wicket. Normally he would be looking to hit that into the school area. We have deep mid-wicket, deep square leg. Long on, long off. As Polius is into Emmanuel. Short, and he pulls it around and picks up a single. And he was essaying that shot the ball before. And this one, then some good thinking, just turns this off the pads and picks up a single behind square. 88 without loss. 88 special. Everybody knows 88 is the number of one and only Darren Sammy locally. His Avatar City Blasters were in the winner's row last evening. And this time he drives through to the man at extra cover, fumbles, well, hits him and just bubbles away, and they go through for A quick single. As we see, Sabinas just quickly runs to Shadrach and finds if he's okay. Probably Sabinas saying to Shadrach, there's no harm in letting it go through you, getting out of the way. There are no more heroes anymore. Don't need to try to be a hero. As Folios bowls to Anthony and he's correctly forward. At the end of the over, it's 89 without loss after 11 overs. So 9 overs to go, 54 balls. So amount of balls now, 54 balls, 46 runs. So at this point, I think the scorer to my left, Miss Edwards, she said if she was a betting woman, at this point she would probably be putting her vehicle on the batting team, not a house as yet, maybe just her vehicle. Okay, so some more refreshment coming out to the batsmen. So another bowling change. Dominic Ogis comes into the attack. (89) without loss. The score. Some 11 overs bowled. Oh, and this one he goes for a big swing there, first delivery. Bowls short and he pulls it into the pavilion. It goes just to the left of us out in the pavilion. 6 runs. 95 without loss. So another 40. So, as the song is saying, the Vieux Sunrisers are looking fine. Sabinas Emmanuel on 37. Denley Anthony on 53. As Ogis is in, bowls. A better delivery. He's back and across. Back and across. No run. 95 without loss. And if the Sunrisers should win it, that would be a major, major upset. Might well be the biggest upset of the tournament to date. As Emmanuel defends. So it's Ogis to Emmanuel. Oh, this one from the reaction of the players, it looked like Emmanuel played that into the glove of the keeper, and the keeper not able to hold on. So a bit unfortunate there for Dominic Ogis after being struck a meaty blow there into the stands. 95 without loss. Goes again around the wicket, ball into Sabinas Emmanuel. This time he's back and plays it out into the offside behind point. Shadrach Descat again is there, picks up, no run. So over number 12 completed. (95) without loss. So 40 needed from 48. So song is saying that bumper is trouble, but it seems that it's going to be Sunrisers is trouble. They're looking fine. Like good wine. Winning coming in time. So it's it's Chad Polius again from the road end, and he'll be bowling to Denley Anthony. Bowls slow delivery, and he just works into the offside. He'll pick up a single, and you could see that Denley not looking to whack it to the offside, just helped it into the open space and picked up a single. And at this point, that's all they need to do. They're well ahead. No need for any pressure, as it's Chad Polius to Sabinas Emmanuel. Short, and he tries to pull this one. Well, he played way too early there, too anxious to hit it into the Maria Islet area. So, Chad Polius into bowl to Emmanuel. This time he said that's going to be 4 runs, 1 bounce to the extra cover boundary. This one was a little further up from Chad Polius, and 100 up. The 100 coming up in some 78 deliveries, 60 minutes. So it's 100 without loss. Might be the first century partnership of the tournament. And Emmanuel goes on to 41. So it looked like the batsmen have had their plan. Denley Anthony has taken the foot off the pedal, while Emmanuel has stepped it up. Chad Polius bowled a full delivery, and it's a no ball. This one seemed to have slipped out of the hand there. It's a free hit. 101 without loss. So, Vieux Sunrisers look like they are trouble, as Chad Polius bowls, and he hits it high and hard over long off. That's 6. Taking advantage of the free hit. 6 more runs to Emmanuel, takes him on to 47, 107 without loss. And as we speak, the fat lady has just graced us with her presence. She's practicing in the background. It's never over until the fat lady sings, they says. But she's starting to practice in the background. She's gargling. And in a while, she's going to make her presence felt. As Chad Polius bowling to Emmanuel, who is on 47. This time he swings it through mid-wicket, and that's 4 more, and that's his 50. That's his 50. 4 more runs to Emmanuel. 50 of 44 deliveries, 62 minutes, 4 fours and 5 sixes. 4 fours and 5 sixes to Emmanuel, takes him on to 50. 51 to be exact. And there's another 24 runs required from 43 balls. So, Chad Polius bowling to Sabinas Emmanuel. Bowls slow, and hits it hard and high over long off. That's 6 more, and the runs are coming quick and fast and furious now. The sun has risen in this part for sure. So 117 without loss. 117 without loss, and over long off here. So it's Sabinas Emmanuel, he has now overtaken Anthony. He's on 57. So it's Dominic Ogis to pick it up from the Bruce Villain. And he'll be bowling to Denley Anthony, who is on 54. Was taking a back seat over the last 2 overs or so. So he's bowling to Anthony Ogis. And this one he hits it straight down the ground. And that's 6 more. Over, long on it go off, long off it goes for 6. And as we said, the runs are coming fast and furious. As we see in the replay on the screen. And Dominic Ogie is just giving a little too much room outside the horse stump there to free his arms. So another 12 needed from 41 balls. And this one, he hits it through the offside. Picks up a single. 11 more runs required. So it looked like last night the Sunrisers were only playing with us. They were waiting for the sun to rise this morning. As Dominic Ogis bowls to, then he swings high, the one goes over the stands. That's 6 more. Into the road it goes, somewhere in the vicinity of Sophia. 6 runs. So take a score to 130. So 5 more runs required. And that's going to be the biggest upset of the tournament. Might be the biggest upset of the year. So, takes Emmanuel on to 63. Then Anthony's 61. None wants to be outdone. And can that be the winning shot coming now? Dominic Ogis bowling to Emmanuel. Full. And he hits it to the man at Chopin, just shot the man at cover point there. This one was begging to be hit out of the ground again. I strongly believe that the game might finish in this over. As Ogis bowls, and he tries to swing this one around. Takes it on the body there and rolls past the stump. So 5 runs needed of 25, 36, 37 deliveries. Will that be the final ball of the inning of the match? As Dominic Ogis bowls, and this one he hits it to the man at backward point there in the backward point region. Shadrach Descat again, runs around, picks up, and single. So, 1 more over. We will have to go 1 more over. The score, 131 without loss. $131 without loss. And what an upset. The Renegades came in flying high with a number of known players. Craig Emmanuel, Denzel James, Shadrach Descat, Chad Polius, Shem Severin. A number of well-known players, but it has all gone wrong. First of all, not scoring enough runs. My scorer Junior was saying, past score here is about 150. So definitely that was not enough. 135. So 4 more runs required. And Shadrach Descat has been brought on to see if he could work some magic as he bowls. And he just stabs his ball out into the cover region. Chad Polish runs in, 1 run. So 132 without loss. Some 3 runs needed from 35 deliveries. So that will certainly boost the run rate of the Sunrisers. And I'm sure the Renegades team will be gutted by this performance, but they have a few hours just to redeem themselves. They play the Grosley Knights this afternoon, the Renegades and the Knights. And as I indicated earlier, I'm not saying I'm Nostradamus, but indicated it will be the battle of the 2 losers. And as we see, unless there is some sort of magic here by Shadrach and some of the bowlers, yes, and they're playing sensibly, just trying to take it in singles. Nothing wrong with that. Quite a few overs to go, quite a few balls to go. 3 needed of 34. Must say we have had some fantastic weather this morning. That's what you'd want to see in a game of cricket. Lovely sunshine. As Shadrach just got balls to Denley Anthony. He just places it out into the offside. No run.
Get nervous.
132 without loss. So the Renegades as Shadrach Descat bowls to Denley, and he hits this one into the mid-wicket area. They were looking for the big one, but there's a man sweeping on the mid-wicket boundary, picks up the single, 133. So 2 runs required. So it's all over by the shouting. I can hear the notes coming through loud and clear of the fat lady, thinking we are the champions, coming through there loud and clear. As Shadrach just got bowling to thing, and he hits it. That's a winning run, short from Shadrach Descat, and Emmanuel into his wicket and pulls this one around behind square. It goes down to the boundary, and that's the winning runs for the Shopbox Vieux for South Sunrisers, bouncing back from the loss last evening by some 8 wickets to the Avatar City Blasters. So a good win there for the Shopbox team, Shopbox Vieux South Riders, and they play again tomorrow morning when they take on the tomorrow afternoon at 12 p.m. when they take on the Grosley Knights. So that will be a very interesting encounter. Well, this afternoon it will be the Renegades will be back here in the next couple hours to take on the Grosley Knights. So a few hours will go and have a rest, rethink strategy. But it was a very good game, not filled with fireworks, but was very enthrobing. So just quickly recap: the Renegades, Mabouya Valley Renegades batting first, got 134 for 9, with the top score of 33 from Denzel James. Shadrach Descat, he got among the runs. Zachary Edmonds got 22. For the Sunrisers, it was Denley Anthony who picked up 3 wickets and chased 135 for victory. They got to 137 without loss. So winning by 10 wickets, a big win there for the Sunrisers, and a big upset as well. An upset, the biggest upset of the tournament so far, saving that of the Miko Trail Blazers beating the Nagico South Catches Lions. So we ask you to enjoy the highlights as we leave you here at the Philip Master Ground with the news that the Shopbox Vieux South Sunrisers have won the game by 10 wickets. And we'll be back with you this afternoon at 5 o'clock when the Renegades will again be in action when they take on the Grosley Knights. So it's goodbye from me here at the Philip Master Ground until later this afternoon, 5 o'clock. Oh, that would have been a stupendous catch there. It was over the man, that shot to the man into the boundary, it goes for 4. This one, Anthony to Lennis Morris. And hits this one down to a long on. They'll be looking for 2. Oh my God. Anthony to Lennis Morris. And he hits this one down to a long on. They'll be looking for 2. And he hits this one, that's gone for 6. Modest, and he pulls this one. That's going to be 6 runs. No need to worry. It's gone over the Thomas, then Anthony. Shot, and he hits it through the cover. That's 4 runs. It will be 4 today, tomorrow, and even next week. Thomas. But Joseph St. Mark at this point has just got bowls, short, and he just plays it through cover point, and the man at short third man, it goes down to the boundary for 4. His bowls full delivery, and he hits it over extra cover. That's good. And this one, he just guided past the man that slipped down. It's going down, and it's 4 runs. 4 more. Denley Anthony. And he hits it straight over the top. It goes 6 runs. Exploded over the last 2 overs or so. So it's Craig Emmanuel again to Denley Anthony. Bowls. And he hits it. This one is gone even further. That's 6 more. That's even 6 more. Choulette first to be bowling 2 consecutive overs. Bowling to this one heading down the leg side, even from the bulk of the scoring. He's on 42. And he cuts this one to the offside. It goes into the boundary now. 4 runs. McGarren Choulette bowling to Emmanuel. Short, and he pulls this one around. That's 6 more. 6. He goes, bowls.